Hi, thanks for watching. So, normally we have clients reaching out to us trying to figure out how to compete with national franchises in local areas. However, when I was doing some research in this Orlando area, I just wanted to share with you a few things that we found that might be useful for you in trying to rank location pages, whether here or any of your other locations around the country. So, obviously, no local company has the ability or the budget to compete against the power of a national website. However, there are a lot of holes in the location pages of most companies where local companies can gain some traction. So in this particular area, what I wanted to show you is I did a search for moving companies in Orlando, and just like normal, all the ones that come up in the top are always a franchise or a national company with a location back page. So I've taken the top couple as well as your own website, and I put them all into this tool that I use, and it shows me all the information that Google finds on the site and that it uses to determine the position in the search results, and then shows its rating for strength and trust. Now, obviously, the trust that Google has in the total domain of the website is huge for all these national companies. And this is usually a factor for small local companies who are trying to compete. However, they're not competing with the power of the entire website. They're just competing with this individual back page. So that's where the trust or authority in the specific back page comes into play. So, as far as building that authority, obviously it takes other websites to link back and create a backlink in order to build that trust in the eyes of Google. And most of that from most companies is concentrated on the home page. And they throw a few in there, like you can see here on yours, onto the individual location pages, but they're just not enough. So obviously these other companies have done a little bit more backlinking, hence why they're at the top of the list. But still, this is a very doable number for a lot of local companies to be able to compete with. This is not with outside of their budget, especially depending on the service industry that they're in and the gross profit margin per job. This is definitely something that people can compete with, and that's at the top. So as far as your website or your back page is concerned, this is easily something that can be competitive, hence why it's not being shown on the first page. Now, also, there seems to be a problem with the content on the page because you're only getting picked up for two keywords. Normally, we recommend to our clients to have a minimum of 1,500 words on their page. That's a pretty good number that Google likes to start from. However, it really also depends on the competition. We just really want to make sure that there's more on there than them. And what I can say is these don't really have a whole lot of content on it, which is usually something we run into as well. There's basically just enough content to try to qualify for a few keywords, and the rest of them are found on the main website. So, as I said, these are a lot of things that we find typical on most location back pages, but there is definitely some improvement that can be made. In order to qualify for the keywords, we usually recommend 150 words of text per keyword. So we usually do a lot of research. We'll go into some of the competitors' websites and find out exactly what keywords are being found on their website, what the volume is, and making sure that those are being properly input and indexed on your website so that way it can rank a little bit higher. And then you can obviously see there is a lot of search volume going on, thousands of search volumes going on per month for movers in this area. So it's a fairly sought after word, it's a fairly sought after keyword, but with that much volume, if the website was set up properly with header tagging and qualifying content and things like that, even pictures should be with alt text is to make sure that Google can even figure out what the picture is. There's a lot of things that can be done to optimize the on page of even the location page that can basically just be duplicated from different city to different city, obviously with different keywords, but the same format. So that way you can start outranking a lot more, yeah, even in markets where there are some people that can easily compete with a lot of the backlinking and authoritative power that you're going to be putting towards it. Then same thing, we do some research to see who are the top ranking competitors in those areas and what they have for their backlinking power. And then we just match that and beat it a little bit. So that way you'll have the content that qualifies for all the search volume, the authority in the eyes of Google, everything that should push you right to the top of the search results. So I appreciate your time. I hope this information was helpful and shows you how you can scale some of the online presence locally in back pages and location pages. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you want me to go into any further details, and we can talk about some of the goals depending on what you guys do in-house. I'd be happy to sit down and talk with you. Thanks, and I appreciate your time.